Hello YouTubers, today I'd like to talk about this collapsible chair that I've been using. So for a while now I've been using one of these steel folding chairs. They're durable, rugged, they've survived. I got them used pretty cheap at a used furniture store. But when it gets cold, they're cold. And if you're sitting down in them a long time on that hard steel, it gets a little uncomfortable. So I decided to try something a little different. And so I looked around at Dick's and Academy and Cabela's at the various new folding chairs that they have, and tried them all out before I decided on which one to get. And I found that this one seems to be the most comfortable. Lets you relax and lounge a little bit. Has a nice little pillow here for your head. Cup holders on both the armrests. This little pouch to store stuff in. Main thing when you're looking for these, especially if you're a heavier person, is check the weight rating on the chairs. Make sure they don't break on you. And just sit in all of them and find which ones are the most comfortable for you. This was the one I found that was comfortable for me. And I tried several of them, and they just weren't for me. So just make sure you try them out before you buy it. And I'm gonna have Trinity talk about a chair that he got.
When I went looking for a chair, as usual, I'm more interested in backpacking and being more portability and was more concerned about weight issues and compactability, so to pack down small and whatnot. And I had seen quite a few of these backpacking chairs that were made, for small, compact portability and so forth, and I decided to pick up one. Now, one thing I was concerned with is anytime you get something small, you have to worry about strength and weight rating and so forth. And though this chair is good idea and concept, it's comfortable and everything when sitting on, it's not the strongest chair in the world. I've discovered that it's already showing signs of weakening of the of various parts and their structural integrity, and this is only after about a week's worth, a little less than a week's worth of use, and not a lot of use at all. Just occasionally sitting in it, testing it, see if it's holding up and whatnot. And I don't know about other manufacturers of these, but this particular brand is suffering issues with stability. One problem is that it has a tendency to lean to the right or the left, which may be use on an uneven surface, but when I lean back in it, it also feels like it's about to fall over or have an issue. And when I lean forward, well, it's nice and fine, but I don't want, you'd have to sit like this. You can't really use the back. Now, what I've identified as the problem is not so much the metal components. They're nice and rugged. It seems to be the plastic piece that they use to anchor all the parts into at the side. Now, for example, the chair uses what looks to be ABS plastic for the as a central mount point for all the poles. And as I said, the poles are pretty rigid and they haven't bent or anything. But these pieces, where the plastic goes into them, especially in the centerpiece, appear to be spreading and possibly stretching, which eventually will lead to cracks and breakage. Now, it packs down nice and small just by taking the cover off. And the poles come down, fold up real easily, and you basically just take this, fold it over and into halves, and basically just wrap it around this like so, and it goes into a little carrying bag. Now, by the way, this is rated for about 250 pounds, which I'm sort of on the high end of that, so it's getting close to its rated limit. But usually when somebody has a rated limit, they over-exaggerate it a little bit so that it's within range of most people. But it's small and would easily fit in a rucksack. Great little chair. When you stop, take a break, sets up quick, and so forth. But as I said, the structural quality and also the weight, it's a little heavy. I don't know the exact weight on this. It's probably about 2 pounds, maybe a little more, maybe 3 pounds. It's a little heavy, but if you're doing ultralight backpacking, you got a little space and you just want the comfort, it's doable. There's probably companies that make lighter ones, but the lightest ones that I have seen, they want $250 for. And being that this is a $50 one, if it can't hold up, and will the $250 one that's even lighter hold up? Now, as far as my recommendations on how to improve this product would be to ditch the ABS plastic and on this that they use right here, and I would use titanium to make this. It'd be the perfect metal. Also possibly using titanium poles too to lighten it even further. But the titanium wouldn't break or stretch like this plastic does, and it would lighten this quite a bit. It's possible there's a manufacturer out there that makes one like that, but I don't know as of yet. Like I said, this was an experiment, and to see. But as far as this particular brand, which is Quest, which was bought at a Dick's Sporting Goods store, I would not recommend it for backpacking use in general, just because simply the weight rating for the quality of the components isn't quite there. I don't see how they justify the weight rating It's just a little too flimsy. You might get away with using it once, but it would end up being a disposable item because it would probably break by the end of the week. Unless you were really, really gingerly with it. But other than that, it's the design idea is great. I also wish that it was a little wider, just so it fit, the hip, where you sit in it, so you didn't feel like you were kind of scrunched up in it, which would simply be just widening the fabric and widening the center pole. But it's an interesting concept. I'll be experimenting with it more. If I get the money to buy some different ones, from a different manufacturer. And, as far as size and so forth, it's got a lot of potential for a portable chair. There are different other options out there. Some use, a big sheet of fabric with some trekking poles that go behind your back and hold it up, make like a swing seat. But those I was always worried. I've kind of shied away from those because I'm worried about ruining my trekking poles. But anyway, that's all I have to say on that, and hopefully that's of use. And this gives you guys some food for thought. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more, click subscribe. Please also consider supporting us on Patreon so that we can continue to make more of these videos. And you can also join us on our Discord server. The links will be in the description below.